What's up YouTube, it's your boy SlayIsland, and I'm back with another NBA 2K League recap. This is a very important week in the league for a couple reasons. First off, next week is the ticket tournament, and these games determine the seeding. The seeding for the tournament is going to be decided by every team's record in the last 4 weeks. And a high seed during this tournament could help a team with a not so great record book a ticket into the playoffs. The other big reason this is an important week is this is the first week on the new patch. I expect to see a lot of new lineups, a lot of new schemes, so let's get right into the first game. We have Pistons GT taking on Kings Guard Gaming.
Season. I'm so far ahead at the point guard. He's a shot-creating sharpshooter. Rux at a pure sharp. Joseph the Truth in the middle at a rebounding post scorer. Let's get at Ramo. He's a rebound athletic finisher, and Insanity at a sharpshooting shot creator. So already a few changes for Pistons GT. No rim protector. Let's see how that plays out in this brand new meta, the brand new update on the other side. Kings Guard, they need a win desperately. Cole World's at the point for the first time. Sophia Foria's at the 2, the pure sharpshooter. Worthington Colt in the middle, big man, and then Moody, he's at the sharpshooting rim protector, and for the first time, Timely Cook at the small forward, a shot creating slasher. And I think he'll do okay at the small forward.
It was always who's going to step up and play point guard. I'm happy Colwell kind of took that wheel and is going to go running on forward with it.
Hack-a-Shack, he's actually the GM of this Sacramento Kings guard team. Moody for 3, got it. Last week. It was 2 weeks ago.
You're going to see it a lot more. I don't think it's just going to be this team. I think a lot of teams have its arsenal.
Oh, baby! Gets it to Sophia. Down to Timely Cook, a little standing dunk. First time playing at the point guard, and a beautiful steal by Ramo. He's going to keep it. He's going to be fouled on the way up.
A silver defensive stopper, I'll go through it and just make sure to double check everything. But now it's going to be more of a threat.
Rux from way downtown. Actually 9th. Kings are 16th. Back to back. Now in defense as far as blocking shots and man in the paint. So far ahead. Rainbow with a pump-back jam! 2-on-2 break.
I just feel like you need a stop right here.
Oh, you're not going to get it, Dirk. Gonna weather the storm here. They go down to Timely. Good move.
Some players are not going to be content with it. They're going to be like, you know what, we could have done better. What's touched on that was just going to be the layup taking down just a tone. So, I mean, he's getting some good open looks, just needs to be able to hit those. Pure sharp, that's something you shouldn't really be able to finish down low. We were seeing a lot of dunks and a lot of who knows how to play defense the right way. That ball's going to be knocked loose. You have no chance.
Timely Cook! Got it now. 6 to shoot. Spins off in a left-handed jam. Sanity, sure, just dribble through the lane. Rocks for 3. And he gets it to go. Opportunity for Pistons GT. Ramo will take a 3, and he got it. Guys down there, somebody's got to be open, you would think. So far. Boy, and he starts hitting, they're in trouble. He's on a rebounding post scorer as Sophia able to hit the 3. It's coming. Are we that predictable?
Sleeper team. I mean, we saw during the tip-off a lot of teams that looked excellent, especially with that shot creating slap.
Moody for 3. Huge. Bounce. And Cole will finish. Sophia finally missed one. Cole World though. He's short. Moody. 3rd time's the charm.
Shoot as deep as a guy like Rux can.
And they got him with a travel. They don't have any timeouts. Colt will go for a quick 2 and he'll miss it. They got a foul.
The Pistons are able to hold off a late Kings run as they get the victory 64-61 to improve to 6-3. With the new patch out, the Pistons made a few archetype changes. I'm So Far Ahead switched to the shot creating sharpshooter, and Joseph the Truth got off the pure rim protector. But for the most part, their scheme stayed the same. They still had 2 inside bigs, 2 sharpshooters, and then I'm So Far Ahead bringing the ball up at PG. Once again, Ramo was the star of this game, as he put up 19 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. And it seems like every week he's putting up numbers like this. His play so far this season clearly shows that he was worthy of the number 5 overall selection. The Kings, on the other hand, have now lost 5 straight games and are currently sitting at 3-6. They moved Timely Cook to small forward and put him on the shot-creating slasher build, and let him run the 5 out for the majority of the game. He had a pretty decent game as he finished with 20 points, but at this point in the season, they needed a win and they just couldn't get it. The ticket tournament next week is a must-win for the Kings, but having lost their last 5 games, they're likely to be seeded either 16th or 17th. Moving on to the next game, we have Celtics Crossover Gaming taking on Heat Check Gaming.
Crossover Gaming at the point. You already know Fab is a shot-creating sharpshooter. Speedbrook at a pure sharp arsenal in the middle and a slashing rebounder. Mel East at a sharpshooting rim protector, and Perfusion is at the slashing defender. The first time we've seen that all season long. On the other side, the visiting team, Heat Check Gaming, they are 4-4 here in the regular season, looking for their second win in a row after beating the Jazz. Really a beatdown last week. Majestic at the point, the sharpshooting playmaker. Los is a pure sharpshooter. Drop off in the middle and a pure rim protector still. Hyper is going to be at the power forward. He's going to be a sharpshooting rim protector. And Hotshot has moved to the small forward. That shot creating slasher. And you saw last game from Timely Cook how powerful that new build can be. Let's see what protector. He comes out and hits a 12-foot jumper to start the game. Fab for 3. Rim protector much more or less efficient. And fast
defender. Like, what was your game plan going in? Because you could just completely kill the whole thing.
He greens it. Work to do. Hot shot, 2-hand jam and 1. About it. Hot shot with only 3 points though. Fab puts another shot up and it's good. Majestic. Back to hot shot. Oh my. Score here would be big. Oh my. Fab. If this goes in, I'm going to throw up. The shot you're looking for out of Mel. Oh, what a block. Fab. Surprised he didn't pull the trigger there. Speedbrook. The man from Cap.
Shots. It's a completely different ball game.
Speedbrook. Able to hit it. He's done it in various ways. Fab continues ahead. Downtown. 39-36. You're going to get dunked on.
At this lifetime.
Harold Miner. I know who you're talking about. Hyper. Big top shot.
Playing the Jazz and how great of a performance you had. Replicate that one with the
final 6 minutes to decide. Hyper. Able to hit from 3. One thing the Celtics have not been able to do is drop off tournament that we called the turn. Arsenal 2-hand jam. 4 to shoot. Majestic. Drop off. Nice find. And Hyper's going to get to the line and 1.
Just couldn't convert there.
The front court. As Fab takes a 3, that's a big one. I don't think that's in Hyper's DNA to take that. You want to foul a guy without the. This is going to be a jump ball. Pump it up. And trying to get some space. They go to Arsenal for the quick 2. Not a bad decision. 6.1 Fab. They run a play for Speedbrook, and they can't hit it. That shot is good if it goes. No.
The Heat pull off the upset over the Celtics 68-65 to improve to 5-4. The Heat took a very similar approach to the patch as the Kings did. They moved their best player, which was Hotshot, to the 3 and let him run the 5 out with a shot-creating slasher. And in his first game as the primary ball handler, he completely dominated, finishing with 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. In the last few weeks, Hotshot has completely taken the league by storm, and if he can get this team into the playoffs, Hotshot's name has to be in the MVP discussion. Now let's look at the Celtics. They approached the patch very differently. They put Fab on the shot-creating sharpshooter, Mel East on the two-way stretch, and for some reason, they moved Perfusion to a slashing defender. And in my opinion, this was a terrible move, as Perfusion shot 1 for 6 from 3, and the Heat were basically able to leave him wide open in the corner all game, knowing he wouldn't be able to hit a 3 consistently. Next week in the tournament, I expect the Celtics to go back to what they were doing before. Mel East on the slasher, and Perfusion on the shooter. That's what was working for them in the past. I don't see any reason for them to change it. Now let's get into our next game. Bucks Gaming versus Grizz Gaming.
Need that ticket tournament. Let's take a look at the starting five. Threat is at the point guard, a shot creating sharpshooter. Phenom, he's a pure sharp. D-double, a rebounding post scorer. Universal at the slashing post scorer. That's a new one. An authentic African is going to be a shot creating slasher, so he's off the point guard. He's back at the three. That could be scary. One of the best players in the league. On the other side, the Milwaukee Bucks, 2-5 on the road. Let's beat their starting five. Drake at the point, a sharpshooting, shot creating sharpshooter. Meek is at the shooting guard, a pure sharp. Larry in the middle, a rebounding post scorer. He's been doing that for weeks. Precision at the power forward. Welcome back. Sharpshooting rim protector. And King Peroxide is going to be on that shot creating slasher. Number 7 seed. Peroxide starting it off right.
To push and make a playoff run, make that a reality. To be able to take down both of these teams.
But Peroxide able to stay with it. Threat with another steal and another layup. 16-6.
Big, and kind of creates a story behind it too, is that's not just judged off of how you've been doing this season.
My. Second chance, that's a wide open Big Meek. A couple wins have really, they were in Struggleville, to say the least. You know, those losses really start.
Take that gamble. Let D-double beat you off of jump shots alone.
3-point shot for Phenom. They've only scored 7 points this quarter. Authentic.
Bill, the one where you created so many highlights for yourself, but you could still be so productive, just to replicate that one.
Universal, and the Grizz are starting to run away with it. D-double. Down. Authentic. Down to Universal, and he'll get it to go. They're up 20. That's here between these two clubs. But Memphis has come out and put on a show. It's 57-56. Larry, wide open is precision. Got 8 points, 6 assists now. An authentic African. And if the Grizz can win, it looks like they're going to win this one.
To come in for a double. I mean, anybody who goes there and you kind of trigger that double team, that's when you can maybe force a little bit of a...
Even a little dribbler can be upsetting.
The Grizz are able to beat the Bucks rather easily with a 73-63 win to improve to 4-5 on the season. After practicing on the new patch, the Bucks and the Grizzlies both decided to run 5 out with the shot creating slasher. It would be King Peroxide for the Bucks and Authentic African for the Grizz. And after this game, I think I can say it. Authentic African is one of the best players in the league. He's dominated at every position he's played. And despite a lot of people talking bad about the Grizzlies, he has his team sitting at 4-5. And if he can get them into the playoffs, he might be the MVP of the league. The Bucks, on the other hand, are now sitting at 3-6 after this loss. And it's starting to look like their only chance of making the playoffs is next week's ticket tournament. Peroxide couldn't get much going in the 5-out as he shot 8 for 15. And Precision, who they brought off the bench this week hoping he'd bring a spark, didn't get much going either. But now, let's move on to the final game of the night and one of the most anticipated games of the year. We have Blazer 5 Gaming taking on Cavs Legion.
Here's the starting 5 for Cavs Legion. 6 still at the point, a sharpshooting playmaker. Toxic at the 2, he's a pure sharp. Got a 2K in the middle as a pure rim protector. Hood as a rebounding athletic finisher and turn up defense, pure sharpshooter. So 0, count them, 0 changes for Cavs Legion. On the other side, for B5, I'd be surprised if they change anything. They've only lost 2 games all year long, 7-1 here on the regular season. But they did lose to the Celtics last time out. Mama and that man, he's a sharp shot creating sharpshooter. Grant is at a pure sharp one, while Walnut is a slashing rebounder. Dat Boy Shots is a sharpshooting rim protector, and Lavish Phenom still at the pure sharp. So a few changes there for B5.
If you're going to be on a pure rim protector trying to knock those down on a consistent basis, that word might...
Too good of a game for us to go off the rocker yet. Rebound by Walnut. Grant from the corner.
Do you respect him? Do you trust if God 2K on the pure rim protector to cancel out what he brings to the table?
Ace badge for some of the big fellas in the league. And we got a chance for an and one on this end. In like 20 minutes from LaGuardia Airport. So you got no excuse.
That got knocked down majorly with the nerf itself, and that dropped all the way down to a 4. So I mean, it's just 1 or 2 mid-range jumpers. Other than that, it's pretty automatic. So now, this the man right there. Sick needs the string coming in from him again in the paint, which is what everybody missed. That was the talk of the tip-off.
Hello, Hood! Stays on the 4. I think some of that is that guy right there. He had 30 against the Heat, but most of the time it's at 15 to 20. Hood. 3-on-2 break up to Lavish, 2-hand jam.
Bouncers, thank you, sir.
Hood. That's the great thing about Twitch.
When it comes down to rebounds, again, just no secondary person to work with.
Dat boy shots. Huge shot. Blocked by the backboard is Hood. Chance to tie it here. They go to Lavish instead, and he's able to get it to go off the window. Play at some point. Nice ball movement. Lavish greens it. Here. They battle back against the Legion, and that's a flagrant one. Here comes Mama in transition. Shots for 3. Oh. Sick. Well, you don't have to have a 3 here. Hood, you don't want to take a contested shot either. 5 to shoot now. Mama. Green in the lane.
Don't think it's very likely, though.
Shots for 3. And that was the dagger.
The Blazers make an epic fourth quarter comeback as they defeat the Cavs 64-53 to improve to 8-1 on the season. Neither team made many changes after the patch. The only big change in this game was Dat Boy's shots moved to the two-way stretch build. But no matter what build Shots and Walnut are using, they continue to dominate. They finished with a combined 38 points, 27 rebounds, 9 assists, 5 steals, and 5 blocks. And I know I talked about Authentic African and Hotshot being in the MVP race earlier, but there's only one MVP right now, and he goes by the name of One Wild Walnut. He's the best player in the league on the best team. It's really a simple choice. Now let's look at the Cavs. This loss drops them down to 6-4, so they're still in pretty good shape to make the playoffs. But in this game, they just couldn't get much going offensively. Hood got him 26 points, but he shot under 50%, and nobody else on the team could really get anything going. My biggest takeaway from the patch so far is there's going to be a lot more 5-out, but there's also going to be a lot more variety in what teams are running. In the past couple weeks, every team was running the same archetypes, but in just the 4 games today, we saw several new archetypes that we hadn't seen all season long. But anyway, that about wraps up the video. We got 6 more great games tomorrow that you don't want to miss. You can watch them live at twitch.tv/NBA2K League or wait for my recap video tomorrow night. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'm out.